Hello, everyone, and welcome to week number 3 of your Audio Production 2 course. This is once again the 7-week course here, and want to go ahead and give you a look at what we're going to be going over this week. Once again, this is your landing page that will be taking place on the left. You can scroll down, and instead of modules, once again, I have everything set up in different weeks by way of course materials. So scroll over here, look at week number 3. And as we do, we'll take a look at the learning objectives and kind of talk about what's going on this week. Students will demonstrate knowledge of the basic and complex terms and concepts in audio production is one of the goals for this week. And the outcome is that students will demonstrate proficiency through completion of the week 3 Linda Learning Path. And we're going to talk about the Linda Learning Path here in a little bit because it's going to be different this week than it has been the first 2 weeks of the course. And also the goal for this week is students will execute operations within the Adobe Audition software by way of creating audio products for their portfolios and distribution. And just a reminder that with that, all of these things you're going to be doing in this class, you're going to be putting onto your website, onto your link. All of those links are going to go there. So please make sure that you're doing that, because once again, part of your one of the things you'll need to do at the end of the semester here, one of the 100-point projects will be for you to turn in the link of all of those projects that you've done here in this course. So we'll take a look at the weekly objectives for this week. No reading assignments for this week, so we don't have any notes discussions this week. Instead, we have a new learning path. We're going to take a little bit of a break this week from what we've been doing on the Adobe Audition 2019 training, and this week, and hopefully this will really help you as you're going to go through this particular assignment that's due on Sunday night, and the future assignments as well. This Adobe Audition mixing music and dialogue, there's going to be 6 lessons that's involved in that. So this week you need to do all 6 of those lessons through the Adobe Audition. Once again, it's mixing music and dialogue. And then also complete the portfolio project, which is a 60-second concert commercial that we'll be doing. So we're going to take a little bit of a break, as we said, from the Adobe Audition training and go over to mixing music and dialogue. And it's going to be very much the same as you've been working through the first couple of weeks of Linda Learning or LinkedIn Learning. You'll continue on with this. You're just switching over to the new one here, which is going to be the Adobe Audition. Next week, we'll finish up with Adobe Audition as well. Turn all those in because you're getting points for that. So, and then also you can be certified in those as well, get a certificate, and that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the radio concert commercial. We've all heard of the radio concerts. Concerts that come into the area, the First National Bank Arena and others. Maybe some of your favorite artists that have come in that, and you might hear on the radio some really, really cool radio commercial for this. For this project, you'll need to record a 60-second radio commercial that promotes a concert coming to First National Bank Arena. Now, you can pick from your favorite artist. You must use cuts from 4 or 5 different songs from that particular artist. So whatever that you like, and maybe some of the songs that you like, you get a chance to really be creative with this particular project. You must incorporate the script, which it will be listed with your music as well. You'll see the written instructions in parentheses that do not need to be recorded. And just to go back real fast and take a look at where you can find that particular script, let's go to start here. And as this is pulling up, I'll show you that when you take a look at the list of assignments, that is where everything is. It is down past my ugly mug over here, the list of assignments this semester. And just as you were able to take a look at the script for the first uh, actual, the 60-second radio commercial that you did. Here's another one for the radio concert commercial, for the radio concert promo. And it's going to mirror a whole lot like what the example link is in this, where you can go to YouTube, click on the YouTube link, and you'll be able to hear a 60-second radio commercial that was done for promoting a concert. So you have the music up, and then you'll be, saying "Get Loud, Northeast Arkansas." It's something very similar to what's here, only on that particular YouTube link, it's for a concert that's obviously out of state. Then you're basically going to have, the music up of a song that's well known. Then you're going to have probably the chorus of that particular song for about 4 or 5 seconds. Then you're going to switch over to another song. You'll say Red Wolf Radio proudly presents your artist live in concert, and you kind of see, the different instructions that are there. This Friday night at 7 o'clock at First National Bank Arena in Jonesboro. This is the music event of the year. Your artist is coming live, or whatever artist that obviously you want to fill in that blank, as to whatever it is. And also if they have the name of the tour, that's helpful as well. And so that's coming Friday night at 7 o'clock to Arkansas State University's First National Bank Arena. And so you just fill out basically all that information. And it's very, very similar, as we said, to the 60-second radio commercial that is listed in week 3 as an example for you to be able to take a look at. So let's go back over here to that. Computer will bring this up here just a little bit. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right, so make sure that you're careful to time this commercial out to 60 seconds. And you'll find that with the editing that's involved, that it can take it'll take a little bit of time to be able to come up with a 60-second radio ad. You'll need to use Adobe Audition for this multi-track editing project. You'll probably use 2 to 3 different tracks on this. You'll use the lessons on mixing music with dialogue to help you in producing the spot. Finished product should be uploaded to your SoundCloud account, and a link should be made available to me. Now, also, once again, as we're following FCC rules, this is just like if it would go out on regular commercial broadcasting, regular commercial radio. Make sure the music you choose is not vulgar or profane, and then you can also click on that link there. Once again, the project must be exactly 60 seconds. Narration must be conducted in a quiet studio environment. As stated, any music must not be vulgar or profane, or your assignment will get an automatic 0. So please make sure that you check that. Make sure that anything there is not vulgar. And music bed must end, at the end must fade out. So upon completion of the assignment, you'll submit a PDF or Word document containing the components, which is the title of your assignment, and the script, which basically the script is there for you. It's basically just a matter of kind of plugging in what you want to plug in there. A SoundCloud link to the audio file, which will be, it'll be edited to meet the time requirements, free of those accidentals, and then will be sent over to me. And students will be graded on documents. You must meet the requirements and written in correct radio format. SoundCloud link must work properly. Must meet those technical benchmark requirements. Audio is clear, coherent, and related to the subject, and also aesthetics as well. This is due on Sunday, November 3rd at 11:59 p.m. And just like with the previous assignment for the radio commercial, when you take a look at the radio concert promo, what you'll see is, of course, you can submit to that here, but also you take a look at a rubric. There's a rubric that's here. So you get a chance to view the rubric. You get a chance to kind of see what it is that we're going to be looking for. And there's several different things here. I'm going to be looking for, are the recording levels consistent with tone? What about the editing? How about the voice quality? Was it exciting? How was it? Conversational, spacing and phrasing. That's important. The commercial times out to exactly 60 seconds. Is the music appropriate for the spot? So here, obviously, we're going to be using the music of that particular artist that you pick, but is it appropriate? In other words, if you have if you have a concert ad that you really try to pump it up, what's the different kind of music that you use? What tone are you using? What what about the speed of the songs? Are they fast songs, slow songs, and that? So you have to think about that as you're planning. Pacing for the spot, opening of the spot properly executed. You want to make sure that you're grabbing people at the very beginning and holding on to them until the end. Closing of the spot and also proper mic placement. Is the mic placement correct? And what we mean by that is, do we have any plosives? Those darn plosives sometimes can be a problem. So, if you're wondering about what a plosive is, if you take your hand, put it in front of your mouth, and then just do puh, like for put, or puh, or kuh, like cut. In others, you feel that explosion of air that comes out. There are several consonants that do that. So you have to watch out for those. Those are what we call the plosives. So, how are those working in there? And that goes into some of the proper mic placement as well. So, are you? How far away are you from the microphone? If you're farther away, you may sound like you're farther away. If you're up too close, you may be a little overmodulated. How close do you get to the microphone? So those are some of the things to consider as we go along here. And of course, you'll have to the end of the week to be able to submit that. Once again, we do not have any um, readings for this week. We'll go back to readings next week with 2 chapters next week, and we'll finish out the LinkedIn learning of the of Adobe Edition. We'll finish that out next week. So just want to let you know about that. If you have any questions on anything, you can always get in touch with me, Jay Reeves. That's JREAVES at astate.edu.